Well, you mentioned, moving from 2K to 4K to 8K per eye, which gets you to 16K, as you mentioned before. So those are huge exponential form factors in the amount of data that needs to be sent just on resolution alone. But then you've described a level of intelligence, metadata perhaps, that needs to be transmitted, carried by some sort of infrastructure. I don't know if we're going to be beaming this over the broadcast airways or through telecommunications networks or wireless networks. But a lot of data. And I'm wondering, there's the content creation side, but there's the rest of the ecosystem as well. What is your view on what needs to happen throughout the value chain, from content creation, distribution, all the way to consumption?
There are a lot of opportunities. Some people think of them as problems.
Mm-hmm.
I think of them as opportunities. Compression is going to have to improve dramatically to be able to move this much data. We're going to still have to improve how fast a image chip is going to be moving to get to 8K or 16K. I'm not even sure that would be the best use of the processing power. I think a better use of the processing power would be given an intelligent decision of what you're looking at rather than making it more higher resolution. I think resolution is really important, but I don't think it's the holy grail. I think once you get to a certain level of resolution and you're not necessarily seeing the pixels, you're probably going to accept that more, especially if you're going to be able to change the story as you go along, than having absolutely perfect resolution, or as perfect as one can get, and not have anything but a linear story that you then don't pay attention to. So I think there's a bunch of little problems we're going to need to address in technology, in our technical group: compression, color science, how much is going to be sitting on the phone versus how much is going to be fed from a broadcast, maybe not even a phone at this point. We're looking at immersive technology as something that's going to be a headset. Immersive technology can be an entire room, where you walk into a room and you're not wearing a headset. There's a whole plethora of new ways of displaying your immersive environment that may not necessarily be putting on a big gear. There are going to be new inventions coming out, as we all know, that are going to literally be anything from as low-tech as projecting images on the wall to as high-tech as wearing contact lenses, and everything in between. And all of those are going to have different resolution issues. So I don't think resolution is going to be the thing that's going to change this. I think what's going to change this is how we tell our story. I think, again, it's all about that person in the front of the campfire telling a compelling story and having people feel like they've learned something and that they've been moved by it. The best VR is going to be something that's going to make you laugh or cry or keep you from feeling lonely when you are lonely, or give you a sense of purpose and talk about where we exist in this universe and why.
Tim, that was great. I really appreciate your taking the time to chat.
My pleasure.
Tune in to our next series. I thank my guest here, Tim Sarnoff, until we meet again. Thank you very much.